I make my mead very organically. I go in with a plan and an idea of what I want to do, but sometimes when I'm putting that recipe together, I'll get like the little spidey senses tingling and say, no, you should maybe bump that up to 19 pounds of honey, or you should do this or that. And I don't ignore those things that come to me. I embrace them and I just go for it. And I've been successful with it. And I just kind of pay attention to the things that come to me and kind of play off of them.
I tend to lean in that direction too. Bobby Slants was saying to me, I think it was a week or so ago, that when he makes his mead, he goes by taste, and that's the same way I cook. Is I'm constantly messing with it and tasting it, going, "Oh, it's not quite right. What's it missing? What do I need? What do I got to do here?" And then when I get it to where I think it should be, then I go with that. I'm not even necessarily going, "All right, I'm going to measure and weigh this honey or whatever." I'm just futzing. So I futz with it until I get it where I want, and I take notes, so I can go back and do it again if I get it right. Yeah. But I don't, I don't go, I'm going to put exactly 18 pounds. Yeah. I'm just, I'll take like a gallon jug of honey and I'll dump that in there, and then I'll go, all right, let's see what that comes out, and let's see where we're at there. All right. Now, well, I was kind of going more for let's try this, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whereas
and I find that the meads that I do that way, and I find the meads that I do that way tend to be the best meads that I've made.
Yeah.
And I just make sure to take really good notes on the changes that I make, and then I'm able to repeat it.
Yeah.
And with repeating recipes, I've had decent success, but almost every time I end up tweaking something on it to try and make it better.
Yeah.
And virtually every time the second batch is better than the first one was.
Yeah, because you learn something from the first one, and you know that you can do that first one, so now you can build on it. It's just like the first time, and I do the same thing when I'm cooking. If I find a recipe, I'll make it the way it says the first time because I want to see what it does. And then after that, I'll go, okay, now I know what it's supposed to, what it tastes like if I follow the rules. And then after that, I go, all right, so what happens if we throw a half a can of coconut milk and some curry and a little bit of saffron in there, or whatever, and I'll screw around with it to get it where I want it to be. Because my husband and I will do it. We'll make a recipe, and then we'll sit down and we'll eat that, and we'll look at each other and go, it's missing something. And then we'll spend the rest of dinner discussing what is it missing and how can we fix this and make it the way we want it to be, And so I do the same thing with my meads. Yeah. I mean, it's just the only way I really know how to do things.
Yep, and it's a great way to do it. I definitely appreciate the science side of things, and I like utilizing the science to explain why certain things are happening and that sort of thing. But I don't necessarily rely on it for recipe formulation.
Well, I think the science is amazing, but I also know that I'm not very good at, being in the science. I didn't do well in science courses in college. Even though I find it fascinating, my brain doesn't wrap that way. I come at things from a totally different direction. So once I realized my brain didn't wrap that way, I just surrounded myself with friends who have sciencey backgrounds, and I let them figure it out, and then I just do what they say to do. It's like, hey, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I have people like Ryan who get this shit. Can go, the reason why you want to rouse the yeast, Vicky, is, and then I'll go, oh, that makes perfect sense, and that's what I'll do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I learned so much from Pete Bakalich over the years. I mean, I've known Pete for going on 20 years now, and and I have learned so many things from him that I never would have learned otherwise, because the sciencey stuff is not easy for me to do. I don't know. I guess I'm just less sciencey and more creative, in which I never would have given myself a label of creative because, but it just, my brain just does not work in those ways. So I have friends who are good at that.
Yeah.
And I am not afraid to use them.
Yep. Right? It'll just cost you a bottle or two of mead.
Totally cool. That's a paltry price to pay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, All right, this time we're really gonna let you go.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good. I've had a wonderful time, and I hope everybody learned some cool stuff, and good luck to everybody out there.
Yeah.
Thanks, David.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks, David.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Vicky, for having me, and you guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll chat again soon.
You too. I'll see you online, and I'll definitely see you at the Mazer Cup.
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss that for the world.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yep.
Good night, everybody.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Good night.
Night, David.
Night.
All right, we do have a few... the dogs hear me saying goodnight, and all of a sudden they come barreling into the room. We do have a few events coming up. A bunch of people are doing music. Apparently it's that time of year. So first one is October 4th, Western Reserve Meadery. And all of these are also linked on the show episode page, so you can go and click straight through to them. The Western Reserve Meadery has a chocolate truffle making party with Mead.
Oh my God!
I know. I want to go to that. I know. And I'm going to find out where they're at and see, how far away are they really? I think they're out west somewhere though. Boss Meadery has comedy at the Meadery on October 5th, and they've got literally it's a comedy jam. There's 7 or 8 comedians, and they have an MC in the whole 9 yards, so it's pretty cool. Superstition Meadery has got a whole bunch of... They're getting ready to do a big release, so they've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. The next two things they've got is October 6th, they've got Tony and Kristen, live music, and then on October 7th, they've got Arturo Garibay, not sure the last name pronunciation. And then on October 11th, Brothers Drake Meadery has Radar Hill at their place. So just if you want to find out more about those, just go to gotmead.com, and I know, yes, it's loading slow. I'm working on that. Click Got Mead Live, and the most recent episode will be at the top. Just click on it. That'll open the page, and you can see links to all the different events that we've got on there. And as always, if you want to get your event on Got Mead Live, just email me at gotmead@gotmead.com with the details, and I'll put it up on the show.
And if the page is opening slowly, just drink a mead, relax.
Yeah, right. Sit back, relax, and drink a mead, like Charlie says. So, that's all I've got. You got anything else, AJ?
No, I'm good. So we're off for 2 weeks?
Yes, we are. Okay, guys, we're going to take a 2-week break, so we'll be off next week and the week after. And then we'll be back again with Ryan, continuing on with the Making Modern Mead series. And we'll be picking up with doing more of the styles. Lost the word there for a second. It was like blah, blah, blah. My brain wanted to say varietals. It's not that exactly. Anyway, we'll be picking up with the styles. So we're going to run through all the styles and bring on an expert for each one of those styles so that we can really dig deep on those. So we've got Braggots and Malamels and Methaglens and everything. So don't worry, your favorite will be there, and we'll get to them all. But yeah, we're going to take a little break and. Get things pulled together and just give people a little bit of downtime. So we'll see you guys back in 3 weeks. 2 weeks off, and then we'll be back the next week.
All refreshed and raring to go.
Yes, right.
Absolutely.
Might even have my voice back by then. Who knows?
Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, I know, right? So, all right, guys. So have a good one. Have a good couple of weeks. Try to stay out of trouble, and we'll see y'all online.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.